My great-granddad, William Parker, served in the Royal Australian Navy during World War II, enlisting on the 19th of September 1940, aged 28. His story is unique, yet similar to many. Assigned to the HMAS Platypus, whose job it was to patrol and detect enemy activity north of Australia. Darwin was his base. He patrolled west into Indonesia, east to Papua New Guinea, and around the Tiwi and Bathurst Islands. December 1941, Pearl Harbor was bombed. Japan and America were now in the war. For the first time, the war that seemed so far away in Europe was heading towards Australia. By February 1942, Broome had been bombed. War had reached Australia. Darwin was now under attack. My great-granddad was in the thick of the fighting, but unfortunately the platypus was sunk. It is believed that he survived and was rescued by a boat that was sent to retrieve any of the survivors. Darwin was just the beginning. War moves quickly. The next was the Battle of the Coral Sea, otherwise known as the Battle for Australia. William was assigned the HMAS Australia II, joining the Australian and American Allied fleet. He was the chief stoker, in charge of the engine room. His job was to have the ship at whatever speed the captain demanded in order to outmaneuver the enemy. The Australia was struck several times by kamikaze pilots, damaged but not sunk. Days of fighting in May 1942 saw the Allies win the Battle of the Coral Sea, inflicting Japan's first naval defeat of the war. William stayed with the HMAS Australia II for the remainder of the war, taking part in many naval battles around the Solomon Islands, PNG, Philippines, and Southeast Asia. My endeavours at school and in the community, which include the Student Council, Junior Rangers, and volleyball team. I like being able to uphold the virtues that William and all others that served proudly displayed: leadership, courage, and mateship. Even though both my dad and I didn't really know him, I like to think a little bit of him lives on in us. His story giving me inspiration, giving me the motivation to achieve my goals some 80 years later. That is legacy.